Hey guys, I want to talk about Reaper, and I've been playing Reaper since day one, right? Kind of feel like I want to get some runs in until like, I feel like I'm comfortable with Reaper, and or I feel like I don't make that much mistake. As in a way that I play the job at the least mistake. Okay. Now, why Reaper? First, I'm not a very good player. I rarely play DPS. Ever since I started streaming, PF and shit, I usually do tank, right? Melee tank and caster, right? I rarely get to play DPS. So my DPS game is like not as good. So I don't think I am good enough in the way that I feel comfortable and should play like those super top DPS type of job. Like for example, Samurai, Monk. I mean specifically Samurai, Monk, and Black Mage. So obviously when Reaper came out, they announced that it was memeing. I was like quite excited. I was like, oh, maybe it's a Dragoon. Maybe it's a Dragoon type. We buff a little bit. But end up, all this job have is a 3%. But there are other things that came around that make me really like it. Number one, the memeing job that we knew, the only one before this expansion, is always about low skill speed. So that means that double weaving is going to be good. And also this means that if I play in NA, double weaving will also be good. So it feels more comfortable to play. Because when I play like Samurai, and those skill speed altering job often make me can't double weave. And then for Samurai, you got those Seigan, you got those third eye shenanigans that I can't pull off sometimes. For Ninja, double weave, I also can't pull off sometimes. I even clip my Tenchi Jin, stuff like that. So it kind of feel like I'm just by default inferior already, when I play those skill speed altering job. So when Reaper is like a memeing, I'm super excited, extremely excited, And then it turns out this is probably the best version of a melee class for me to play, let alone being a brand new job. You guys know I hate positionals. Reaper being this version is great because not only I got enough tune off, my directional is when I'm comfortable to use it. I am not forced that specific GCD I have to use it. Now, once you master the fight, obviously this will fall in place. But let's just say if you're progging or you fucked up, shit hits the fan, you late pull, you miss a GCD, you couldn't get one GCD because the boss mechanic, some pattern like Zodiac, you can't greet one GCD, then, I mean, Zodiac doesn't matter, but what I'm saying is, when bosses force you, right, these soul slice combo, these two, make you feel like you get control when you want to use it. You don't even need to use it during the GCD. You can use it one GCD later. Don't even need to use the rear one to begin. You can use the flank one to begin. I personally use the rear one to begin, right? So it's like a lot of freedom. It's also quite high APM because there's a lot of GCD to press. But because it's a low skill speed job, double weaving isn't that crazy because there's no animation lock. There is no animation lock, as far as I know, in every single off GCD that Reaper has. Gap closer, fucking amazing. You compare this gap closer to Shukuchi, and you compare this gap closer to Samurai back and forth, and you compare this gap closer to Dragoon Jump, this is probably the cleanest, fastest, most responsive one. Not only you get to go in, and you get to go back. And then you get a hub that is actually good potency. Now, sometimes when you use other job and you throw dagger, you throw dagger, you only get 120 potency. On a Dragoon, okay, I fucked Dragoon already. I don't even have it on my hotbar anymore. Dragoon, you throw spear, and then okay, Samurai is okay. Samurai, you do your jump back and then you MP. It's still good potency. Those are good design, right? Those are good design. Those make you feel like it's fluent even when you have to use your throw shit, right? So for Reaper, right? If you were to get colos properly and shit, not only is responsive, you get back and forth really, really quickly. No animation lock, super smooth. Not like Shukuchi, take time to travel, and then you have to ground target, and then you have to make macro maybe, Dragoon, you get animation lock. Basically, Reaper 1 is the best version. Now, during the media tour, it looks clunky as fuck. So I'm glad that Yoshi P identified as the problem. It is responsive now, and Hub being fixed 300 potency. If you use it properly, it's instant, and you don't use it properly, it casts 1.3 seconds, but it's still good potency. So it's like probably the best version we can get, right? So all these are good things. Now, bad thing. Obviously, there are bad things. Obviously, there are bad things. Those are all the good things. I'm pretty sure I cover all the good things really. Almost seamless play. One of the best design job, I think, they ever come up with alongside Samurai, I think. Right? Now, the bad thing. First, this is only 3%. It kind of feel like they give you some RDPS, but they just give you for the sake of giving you this because they cannot make this a striking job and they cannot make this job as strong as a Samurai and a Monk. That's why they put this shit in to kind of balance out the table. Right? Now, at the end of the day, if you let a very good player play a Monk or a very good player play a Samurai and a very good player play a Reaper, this might be the difference. That RDPS also depends on whether you're playing the static, right? So if you play in the static, you should always maximize this. Then maybe we will see maybe Reaper is truly stronger than say the job. We don't know. But as a guy who park a lot, having a red buff sometimes is annoying. Because not only people are not in range, so you don't get the RDPS, and also it's only 3%. Number two, this skill, the fact that this, whether you get the Immortal Sacrifice stack, is based on your party member, whether they get this buff, and then, I mean, once they get the buff, you always get 7-8 stack, 100%. But, again, when something is tied to, like this one I can understand, right? A lot of jobs that got buff, like Brotherhood, Embolden, you know, Divination. I understand, right? Whether people are in range, this part of the game, right? This is the reason why this job is a memeing. You have a buff compared to say pure DPS like Monk and Samurai. These are the things that you just have to deal with. But then additionally, I have to deal with this. Second, oh, I will address the worst one later. Second, this shit, as responsive as it is too responsive. If I'm facing this direction, and if I turn around, you notice your character needs to turn. You notice that? They will turn one direction. You notice that? It is not instantly facing the back. There is a turn. Now, if you do this and you press it, okay, let me show you. If I do this and I press, I will go forward. But if I do this fast, it's too responsive. It's bad. This one is scary. This one is scary. Latency also play a part. If you do left right clicks, it's like, yeah, but I can't just change the way I play my camera angle and or my movement just because suddenly one job changed and I break my muscle memory for the last 9 years, right? You know what I mean? I play this way, my controls is this way, I just have to adapt to this way. You know what I mean? So as good as how fast responsive it is, for me it's a bad thing. But again, nitpicking, this is nitpicking, right? This is not like make or break bad. Now here comes the make or break bad. Make or break bad. This Shadow of Death shouldn't be here. Either this Shadow of Death shouldn't be here, or this thing needs to have a dot and gives us a reason to put it, or when we use this thing to attack a target, we get the buff and not put a debuff. Because when you're talking about multiple target, and or if boss comes back, this shit is annoying. You have to reapply it. Multiple target, you have to apply it. New target appear, you have to reapply it. It's super annoying. I wish that this one is just hit the boss, get a buff. Like basically Storm's Eye and like shit, what is that? Dark Side. Right? And or if you want to keep it this way, give it a dot. Give me a reason. Give me like a pros and cons. Yeah, the con would be I have to apply this debuff, but the pros will be there's a dot on it. Now obviously that will make Reaper maybe too strong. Then obviously you have to, you know, adjust potency, obviously, right? But at least give me a reason. Obviously the last resort is the dot, right? That reason for a reason just for the sake of being there is last resort for me. I would take it being a buff or not being there totally, right? Yeah. So that's is there any other bad things of the, about this job? Oh, another too much AoE variation. Way too complicated. It's fun though, but when you look at other job, only got 2 to 3 or max 4 buttons AoE, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go into the Shroud Form 6. It's super annoying. It's extremely annoying. I mean, it's fun, but it is extremely annoying. And then, okay, this one is not just Reaper specific problem. Why are Square Enix not making AoE just beneficial 2 targets onwards? Why are some jobs 2 target benefit and then some job or most job 3 targets only? Why can't they just consistently, if you put it consistently across the board, 3 targets only, okay, fine. I guess AoE in this game is meant for 3 targets only. If you make some 2 target and you make some 3 target, it's like, you know, Raid Mage in 5.0 is literally the worst. You have to cast Jaw and Impact. You have used single target spell and then an AoE. That is like even worse, right? I mean, they improve a lot on Raid Mage, obviously now, but I'm not going to talk about Raid Mage now. Right now, I'm super invested in Reaper, right? I will get super invested in Raid Mage very soon, right? Once this weekend is over, I get all my gaming hours back. Next week, I'm going to be spamming a fuck ton more, playing more. Get my Gunbreaker up finally as well. You know, this weekend I'm just really busy, IRL stuff. But yeah, anyway, this is what I think about Reaper. I'm not sure whether you guys got anything else that you think is bad or not. This one is really fun. This shit is really fun. You can use this way more than I was able to use this way more than I thought. Yeah. Your brain stop, you click. I know. I feel it. That is my biggest problem at the moment right now as well. Sometimes, right, because of all these colors, sometimes and they change colors. Sometimes I just brain fart a little bit. I'll be standing there like, wait a second. Wait, why this can't be pressed? Wait. Oh fuck, I forgot to press this. Wait, why can't this be? I forgot to press it. Wait, why this one can't be pressed? Because I accidentally break the combo, you know? So I think that's a skill cap. That is the minimum they can do to at least make this job feel like, hey, you actually do need to exercise some brain power, you know? So I don't mind it. Definitely need to get used to it. It's a brand new job, right? I really thought that you got 4 melees already. I really don't think that they have another way to make another melee different but fun at the same time. And I think they nailed it. I really think they nailed it. If you ask me, is there anything that this job needs to fix? I actually don't think so. This job is pretty perfect at its release. Only this. Only complaint. Biggest complaint. And it's not that big of a deal. Other jobs got more annoying shit to deal with. As a Reaper, given that this is our only most annoying thing to deal with, I'm okay. Other jobs got more things to deal with. More troublesome thing to deal with, right? You know, some people would agree. Some people say that you should put Shadow of Death into Infernal Slice. Sometimes we don't even use Infernal Slice for 30 seconds. Reaper main combo is this. Actually this. These are actually feelers. So if you put Shadow of Death into Infernal Slice, it could be bad. So I'm glad they didn't. You know, that is also one of the reasons why I think the job design is very well thought out. Because the fact that they feel this needs to be a separate button means they know what they are doing. And they know that this is not really your bread and butter combo. So they don't want to tie this to this. But why don't you just make it a buff? You know what I mean? They could have perfected it if they put this as a buff. Like Storm's Eye, it would have been perfect. A 1 GCD on demand buff that you put on, like Heavy Trust, I think it's fine. You know, better than Storm's Eye. Storm's Eye, you have to go through 3 combo. Right? Dark Side would be great. 1 off GCD. You know, if this is an off GCD, it also would have been okay. But if it's an off GCD, it then means that you can't apply multiple targets because off GCD will have a cooldown. So, yeah, I think they try their best, but it can be better, you know? But yeah, anyway, this is how I think about Reaper. I think it's perfect. I think it's a perfect job. I really, really love it.